Hello and good afternoon, everybody. Hope you're all doing well. Happy Saturday. Tell you what, got a special treat for you today. We are in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina today. And we are literally on the beach right now, as you can tell. So, I tell you what, I always love walking on the beach, enjoying the water, enjoying the waves, just being out here. Really great, and I've got a really great signal. It's just me today. My youngest son Ryan actually gave me the idea. He decided, you know what, Dad, I want to continue hanging out in the pool and having a good time there. And he was in the hot tub, but it's getting a little bit late in the day, and I figured, you know what. I wanted to come out here and, just kind of have some enjoyment with you. So, why don't you take a walk with me, everybody? Happy Saturday. Yeah, so it's going to be a really good day, really good walk. I'm thinking maybe a 15, 20-minute walk, give or take, probably closer to 20, 30 minutes. Time always flies when I'm hanging out with all of you. So we'll just see how it goes. It's been a great day here in Myrtle Beach. We're actually at Colony Beach Resorts here on in Myrtle Beach. It's been mostly cloudy, I would say, today. The sun's come out a few times. I think there are a number of fronts, around, by and large, some way out in the ocean. It's going to make for a pretty interesting week next week, I think. But I tell you what, we're gonna enjoy this. It's been fun. It's always fun when you're at a place where you've got access to both the beach and the pools. Gives you some options to enjoy things, and I gotta tell you what, I think it's pretty cool. We got some pretty strong signal today, so I'm trying to do max quality and bring you what we can here. So yeah, tell you what, I always say, you hear me say it all the time, incessantly, that being around water, all forms of it, I think, is it's definitely something that I really, really do enjoy. As you kind of saw some last week, as best as we could, I was out on the western side of North Carolina, over in Lake Junaluska. Spent some great time. The boys and I, my younger two boys and I, with my sister, had a great time. If you haven't already, please make sure you watch that video, and you watch the surprises in that video, by the way. Yes, indeed. Saw some really cool things. We went to Soco Falls and had a really great time. Tell you what, I watched back that video, and I tell you what, it ended up being more of a hike. It was more of a hike than I first expected. No complaints. But what you don't really see as well going down, it's the incline and the real change in the elevation. That was really, really interesting. You certainly saw it better when we were coming back up the mountain, and so yeah, that was really great. So yeah, make sure you go back and see the friends of the channel, Board and Brush of Asheville. Definitely go check them out if you're in the Asheville area. Good people, fun times, and you'll come away with something, I promise, that you will keep for a lifetime. and that you can make and create and have some extra joy and pride in. Yeah. So yeah, we're here. Let's see here. It's about 4:30 in the afternoon. The low tide peaked, or maybe I should say, we hit the valley of low tide, probably closer to, it was around 2:30. So a couple hours after that. I think the next peak of high tide, I think about 4 hours. But I gotta tell you what, you just kind of look out here. I tell you what, it's there's some good waves there. The current is definitely, I would say the current is definitely strong today. We went out there, didn't even go out there terribly too far, and you really felt the current. Like I said, I think there's some storms and some other things, way out there in the Atlantic that might be kind of, we're feeling a little bit of the draw from those, perhaps. Like I said, I think it's going to make for an interesting week next week for this and other parts of the eastern seaboard. But yeah, and the water is, hey, if you've never been to the Atlantic coast, here you go. I have never been to the Pacific coast, and I've never been to the Gulf side of, say Florida, or, in the Gulf of, what are we calling it now? Gulf of America, right? Used to be Gulf of Mexico. Never been to the Gulf. But I hear it's nothing short of really clear. And it's just, here, because of the tide and everything, it churns up, and so it's not nearly as clear. You don't know what's in that water. Hello from North of Neverland, Mike and Mandy, glad to have you guys. Hello. Yeah. Hi there, Mike. Hello, guys. Yeah. This is very popular South Carolina beach. Kind of in a stretch here. I tell you what, I've got the wind muff on. Hopefully it's helping at least. But as we kind of look down, this is north, so we're looking to the north here. You see some of the hotels, resorts, and then we kind of see a stretch of houses. And I gotta tell you what, these houses are just amazing. And if you drive along Ocean Boulevard, which is the name of the strip here, the main road, just to see the front of the houses alone is just remarkable. Really, like these houses, I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna guess they're easily $2-3 million homes, probably more than that in some cases. Yeah. Yeah, the current tide, like I said, this is only, they do have lifeguards. In fact, there's a lifeguard right there. Yeah. See if we can't get him to wave at us. Hello. See if we can't have Mr. Lifeguard wave at us. Yep, there we go. All right. He waved at us. All right. Yeah. They're here for, of course, they're not here 24/7. I don't know what time they actually they go in. I'm gonna guess that they're probably ending, I don't know, 5 or 6 o'clock, thereabouts. Yeah. Here you guys are headed to dinner tonight. And I heard that you guys might be going to Mandarin for dinner tonight. That is amazing. I've always loved a Chinese buffet, and I'll never forget Lena took me to Mandarin for she took me to Mandarin for the first time that we could celebrate my birthday together. So this was a little over 2 years ago, when I was up there in July of 2023. Yeah, usually 5 or so. Yeah, I figured it's probably not too long. Went to Mandarin back in July 23, and I tell you what, my mind was blown. All things have been, anytime I have a Chinese buffet, they all now get compared against Mandarin. I know to make sure I'm taking my appetites. That's for sure. Yes, indeed. Good. Yeah. Well, I hope you have a great time tonight. Hope you guys have had a great day period. We've had a fun day today. It's not been super hot. In fact, in the pool and the ocean water, it's been a lot cooler than we expected it to be for this time of year. By the way, I'm really extra curious to know how the signal's coming through for people. Hopefully it's coming in nice and clear. My signal test suggested it was going to be a strong signal, or it was a strong signal, but hopefully that's kind of staying like that. Yeah. Yeah. You know, a lot of people out here, a lot of people still having a good time. Love just walking through the water. You know, when we got here yesterday, so looking off in the distance is much closer to, I'd probably say even more of downtown or the busy parts of Myrtle Beach. You kind of see that looks like a pier off into the distance, like right on the horizon there. Well, just not too far on the other side of that pier is another pier called, I think it's called Pier 14. It is attached to a hotel or other resort. I don't remember the name offhand. You can go out on that pier. So fun fact, every pier in South Carolina, at least this is how I understand it, every pier she is chasing after a shell. Every pier in South Carolina is privately owned. So there's no municipality, no government ownership, if you will, for any of the piers. Which is, what does that mean? Well, what it means is every pier that you want to go out onto, yep, have fun, have a great time, guys. Thanks for saying hello and stopping by. Have a wonderful time tonight. Take care. Every pier here is privately owned, so that actually means that you can expect you're paying a fee or some other, you're going to get on that pier via some sort of payment. Either you need to be like a guest of the hotel, or you got to pay a small fee or whatnot. So Pier 14, which is again probably another, probably a couple miles of that. That pier costs $1 per person each day. So you can pay that fee, go out there, and you can walk down the length of the pier, and you were able to fish off the pier. Hello. Well, I don't have the boys with me, unfortunately. They decided to hang back. They had a last-minute change of heart, so it's just me right now. But hey, babe, glad to have you here. Hopefully, you're getting a strong signal here as well. But you have to pay, get on the pier, $1 a day per person. But you can come and go from the pier, and you're able to go out there until about 10 o'clock at night and fish. So I tell you what, go out there on a can't even talk. Go out onto the pier and fish all day, or a big chunk of the day for $1. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, the ocean. Only one thing missing. You know what that is. Yeah. One thing missing. That's you. I'll fix that, I promise. And you can go do the fishing and come back, or all day for $1 a day, and also, but I don't know what the story is with respect to a fishing license here. So in North Carolina, you have to pay for a fishing license. 100% is what I was thinking. You have to pay for a fishing license. You can pay for one all year, or I think it's like $10 a day. I don't know what the situation is here in South Carolina. If somebody knows, please say so in the chat, or tell me in the comments down below. Okay, well, we're gonna go just a few more minutes, and I think we're gonna turn around and head back the other way. My goal is to kind of walk down this way about 20 minutes and then head back. I think before I kind of do that, I kind of maybe pause about here. Yeah. Welcome in, everybody. Glad to have you. Glad to have everybody with us today. I thought to myself, you know what? I came down to Myrtle Beach for the weekend, spending some time with my family, and I just couldn't pass up the opportunity. Was originally going to have one of my boys come out here, but they ended they're having a great time and decided that they wanted to kind of stay in the pool area. So happy to keep him where he wants to be right now. So that's why I promised him I'd only take a short walk, and then we're gonna head back up to the place and finish out the evening with probably some dinner, maybe some mini golf. I'll tell you what, Myrtle Beach, if you're into mini golf, I know Lane will laugh when I call it putt-putt, because I don't know if that's just a southern thing here in the States or just the States in general, but that's what we called it. Like, we call it putt-putt. And when you say putt-putt, people know that you're doing, mini golf. So, but my point in all of this is that you have, you've got plenty of mini golf around. You've got plenty of mini golf options around here, no doubt. I think when we drove down to Myrtle Beach, or the rest of Myrtle Beach last night for dinner, which I can tell you about that in a moment. Show us. Okay, can definitely do that. Definitely will do that. We'll show you guys the pool area and everything downstairs before we end the stream. Yes. So, driving from here to dinner last night, only, I think point to point was probably like 5 or 6 miles, I would say. Traffic kind of takes that out to being about 18 to 20 minute drive. But you know what? That's okay. I think it's fair to say you want to be here. You want to just kind of take it easy, enjoy the views, I tell you, the weather's been really great. Kind of heading into the weekend, the weather was, suggesting it was going to be rain and storms off and on here yesterday, and even maybe parts of today. And then I gotta tell you what, I've been very lucky, very, very lucky, very lucky. It's been cloudy, and it's been, the sun's popped out a few times, I would say, but it has been rainy. And the only reason why does it matter if it rains if you're at the beach? It's just because if you carry a bunch of stuff down to the beach, things like your towels or anything else, or even your electronics and whatnot, your phone to, stash away if you need it. It just, rain makes it a bit more, you just got to deal with it a bit differently, right? So, like and tell us here in the chat, or tell us in the comments, what's your favorite part about the beach? Yeah, I should ask myself, what's my favorite part about the beach? I think it's just the water. It's the sound of the water, it's the feeling of the water. And I tell you what, this is probably why, and Lena knows this, I'm, double and triple excited when we go on any of our cruises and we get a chance to go on to any of the private beaches of the islands, right? To be able to go out onto Coco Cay or Ocean Cay and just enjoy those islands, where the sand in the water is, even, the water for you too, babe? Yeah, I was just gonna say, you and I are two peas in a pod, to enjoy the water that is just crystal clear. Just amazing. The water, the sound of it. It's like I was saying even last weekend when, I was in, the Lake Junaluska area, the mountains around that area, when I showed you guys the waterfalls, Cocoa Falls, and some of the, and if you watched to the very end, you saw some of the surprises. The surprises being of, well, I can't say what those surprises are, but I'll just say that they involve more water and why I love water so much. And if we ever get a chance to buy property that has some certain features on it, well, we shall see, right? Okay. Yeah. I think the other thing I like about the beach, the sand is, like I said, the sand is fun, the sand is fun, the sun is good. I tell you what, I think the other really nice thing about being at the beach, it's the mindset, it's the culture, it's just to relax. Everybody around here is very chill, I would say, overall. Saw a number of people in golf carts traveling around various neighborhoods. That's always fun. However, we also saw where you're not supposed to drive your golf cart, such as being on the main road, because then we saw 2 golf carts pulled over by a police car. Just don't do it. Don't do it. And it was like in the worst part, like traffic isn't so bad, but if I had to pick a place where like the traffic was the worst and then that happened, it's just like, just kind of question, but whatever. It is what it is. Okay. Yeah. Really hope the picture is coming through. Hope you guys can see this very, very well. Yeah. And if you're curious, no, I did not bring any QR codes. I haven't mastered the waterproof QR codes just yet. No. Those are probably the those are probably the laminated QR codes to be had. There you go. There we go. Well, there's a lifeguard there. Either she's just patrolling, or I don't know, maybe she's picking up other lifeguards to call it a day. I see the one lifeguard up ahead, which is pretty close to where we're going to end the stream. Yep. Well, no, she's turning over here. Like she's parking. Right. Okay. I'm actually very anxious to see or to kind of watch some of this back and see how the sound did. As I said before, Lane and I have been on the deck of the cruise ships, as you've seen. Those of you who have been with us long enough, where we've done some of our daily recaps, to sit out on the outside of the ship at night when it is just windy as can be. I tell you what, you're not gonna get that recorded without a microphone with a wind muff put on it. Just not going to happen. Well, I mean, I guess you can, but it's gonna sound terrible. I'll tell you what we got to do is we need to add links to the microphones that Lena has also found that have been exceptional, both in quality and price, that we highly encourage people to check out. We'll do that. Have to disclose that anything we do in that space, likely we may get a small commission for. If I don't, at least I've said this to protect ourselves. So there you go. Yeah, great price, great quality. Like, I won't tell you how much they are, but I'll just say this: if you'll watch Lena's live streams and listen to the audio there, using these new mics we found, and then you see the price, your mouth is going to fall on the floor. Yes, indeed. Okay, so that lifeguard is still there. Yeah. All right. Okay. Yeah, just a few more buildings away, and then we're gonna hang a left to the resort. So this resort, and again, I've got a room tour video of this resort. I have not posted it yet because I haven't been able to edit and do all the magical things that we do. I won't do that until I get back home. But I do have a room tour that you'll probably see in the next couple days. Stay tuned. Really cool place. Right here on the beach. Great view. Great price. Highly recommended. Highly recommended. And when I say great price, meaning like what you get, where you're at, the views you get. I gotta tell you what, I gotta give so much credit and kudos to Lena. I give her so many props and so much love and appreciation. She found this place as we kind of set some parameters for a short trip here, and she did such an amazing job. We always talk about, the strengths that we lean into together on so many reasons, and including this channel. And hey, you can chalk that up to she wasn't doing that for the channel, but it's something that obviously it ultimately plays into making this a possibility. So thanks, babe. Okay. All right, kind of getting back to where it's a bit crowded. More people here as we kind of get back to the hotels and resorts, kind of get away from the houses. So it's definitely a little bit more dense here. I'm going to kind of walk up past the lifeguard stand, and then we're going to take the beach access up to Beach Colony Resort. That is home for the weekend. Yep. We'll show you guys try to show people the pools, hot tub area, and other things. Oh, look at that! Before I do that, let me just kind of stand here. Again, northward up that way. It's, again, just more north of that. We've got, we're going to have North Myrtle Beach up there. A lot of fabulous resorts and hotels. A Vista Resort is a place. Been there a couple different times. Great place to stay. A lot of great places in North Myrtle Beach as well. So North Myrtle Beach, a lot of great beaches in South Carolina. Charleston's a great place to stay. Isle of Palms, a great place to stay. There's so many great places here in South Carolina. And also some really good places back in North Carolina as well. But for this weekend, it is all South Carolina. So, final look here before we walk back up to the beach. Yeah. Yeah, I said at this point we're probably about 3 hours. We're probably, I think we're probably halfway between low tide and high tide. Okay, here we've got, there goes an octopus. All right, okay, let's head on up. Okay, so I hope you're all doing well today. You guys have been awesome. Thank you so much for the continued support, by the way. We continue to slowly increase our subscriber count, and that just means the world to us. Really. Please make sure, if you haven't already, please hit that like button. And certainly, I just realized I walked through the lifeguard section. Okay, well, he or she is gone. So, in fact, I hear a lifeguard blowing their whistle. Either they're off to take, they keep blowing their whistle. Not sure if that's to signal end of shift. Or if perhaps they're signaling kind of the end of their shift, or if they're helping somebody. Considering I see one lifeguard still kind of standing there, I'm not entirely sure. So anyway, let us head up here. We'll take one last look at the resort. Here is the resort right here. As you'll see, we're actually, as you kind of will hear in the room tour, we're actually up on the 22nd floor, top floor. All right. And we'll come through here. Come back over to I'll just pause for a brief moment, kind of give that family a little bit of space. Kind of looking back, like I said, I'd say that we're about halfway through. We're kind of right between low and high tide. You still got a fair number of people here on the beach, and the sun is it's trying to come out. It is. It's not for lack of trying. Okay, let's head on. Okay, all right. Carry on. We'll take one last walk here. Okay, all right. All right. Yeah, this is really cool. So they actually have a, pretty cool, they've actually got a station here, you'll see. In addition to the hose here, they've got a station that you can stand on. And it's so cool because it actually, like, washes your feet, washes your legs. So, very, very cool. Very, very cool. Okay, let's give people another moment. Go ahead. All right. I guess I probably could have gone on to the, hey, let me stand on here. Hi there. Okay, I'm going to stand on this thing and just stand on it, and it is just going to literally wash off feet. How cool is that, right? Bear with me a second, team. Get this done. All right. Just like that. All right. Put my flip-flops on. All right, and moving on. So this is kind of walking into the beach resort. And coming on through here. God, you guys are having a good time. Like I said, I'm gonna be a little careful here. What we have here off to the side is we've got some hammocks and some grassy areas here. Got some cornhole being played in the grassy area. Love the hammocks. Lots of lounge chairs. There's places to hang out. Again, you kind of see people just kind of hanging out on the balconies, looking out to the ocean. Great view from the top. I can definitely tell you that. Make sure you stay for the room. You make sure you go back and you watch the room tour, because the room tour really shows you, looking out from the 22nd floor, how awesome it is to see and to look down onto Myrtle Beach and whatnot. And so what we have here is we've got a kiddie pool right here, and we've got one of two normal pools, or kind of traditional pools, over here for adults, and of course obviously kids as well. I will say this, where the rope is, that rope, it goes obviously past the rope, it goes into the deep end. I gotta tell you what, it goes straight into like 7.5 feet. So straight away, you're treading water. Most people, just saying. But super cool. And then kind of over here, we've got the same thing. We've got, well, not the same thing. You've got the grassy area, you've got the lounge chairs, you've got some hammocks. Actually, you've only got one hammock on this side, but a lot of places to sit, chairs. Obviously as well, you've got the, you've got umbrellas and whatnot, but just a fun place to be, kind of get around everything. So again, I want to try and be a little bit more respectful of people's privacy and whatnot. So let me tell you what I'll do. I'll just kind of walk around back this way. We'll tie off here in just a moment, everybody. Yeah, Colony Beach Resort. Really great place. Dolphins, very well kept up, no doubt about it. Wind is really picking up. That is for sure. I'm gonna go upstairs here in just a minute. We've got a pool area here on the far side. On the far side, we've got a hot tub, and further off in the distance, and this is a bar area. Further off in the distance, we've got a lazy river. So this is what the pool looks like. So, and there's a hot tub. So yeah, just be mindful of everybody. I'm going to kind of keep my distance and just have a great time. And I think we're going to just kind of close off everything here for today with a view of the dolphins. So there we go. So hey guys, thanks so much for being with us. Hope you've had a great time. Hope you've enjoyed the view and all the fun. It's getting really windy right now. Good thing I've got the wind guards going on right now. But I tell you what, let's go ahead and end the stream here. Like, share, and subscribe. Help us get to our some of our goals we've got going on. We'll talk more about those and some awesome things we've got in the works. But for now, as we always say, walk with you later. Bye guys.